just joined a group where I wanted to start posting blogs. Apart from my website, I wanted to be posting blogs on the platform. I saw one of the owners of the platform posted my post and made comments on that, used it to teach. I was so encouraged. So, long story short, I finished my training, and we were about to start our internship. Human resource now called me and said I should come and meet with them urgently. I said, this is why you're calling me for a meeting. I know when you call people, there's like a butcher house. What happened? They said nothing. I should just come. I went, and they now started telling me that they've been watching me because the bank is restructuring again, and we have to align with the head office in Cote d'Ivoire. So they had to create other departments. So suddenly, what my former boss said is unattainable for a Nigerian and Anglophone in a Francophone country. They now offered me. I said, why? So no, we created this department. We want you to be the head of the department. What I'm
everyone. Hi. Sorry, can we hear me? Can we give reactions if we can hear me? Just give me thumbs up. Use the emoji on your screen to just give a thumbs up if you can hear me. Okay, thank you so much for that. Thank you. Thank you, Amina. Thank you, Inquiry. Thank you, everyone. All right, thank you so much. So yes, good evening and welcome to today's VTS. Okay, so it's called a virtual tester for a reason. So yeah, you're going to have a test of what our students here at Nibian Analytics enjoy every time. Okay, so permit me to share my screen so that we can just get started already. Okay, and once we can see my screen, just give me thumbs up so that I'm sure that we can all see my screen. Okay, can you see my screen? I want to also join my tablet so I can monitor what's going on. Okay, thank you so much. Okay. Okay, thanks for all the reaction. And for those that are wondering, how can I get this reaction? So a quick rules would just set for us to have a engaging session, for us to have an engaging and productive session, some certain rules to make today seamless for us. Okay, so right on my screen right now, you can see my cursor. So you have something like an emoji reaction, send a reaction right here. So when I literally ask us a question, can you see me? Can you hear me? And I say, give thumbs up. This is what I mean, give thumbs up. Okay, so just give thumbs up to react and then thumbs down if it is the other way around. Okay, so that's for your emoji on your screen. So let's get started into today's session. All right, I want to believe we can see my screen clearly. We can see my screen. Right. Yes. Okay. Yes. Okay. Good evening once again, and welcome to Nibian Analytics virtual tester session. Okay. And let me start by introducing myself first. So I am Iberua Dorcas. I am the team lead here at Data Analytics. I'm the team lead of the Data Analytics department here at Nibian Analytics. So somebody said, I can't hear you. Sorry, let me catch up with the chat box in a minute. I can't see your screen anymore, ma'am. Sorry, is that to Oli Oluwakemi? Can every other person see my screen? Can every other person see my screen? Okay, so for Oluwakemi and the other person that gave a thumbs down, maybe you want to go out of the session and join back. It could be your network, okay? Because others can see my screen. So kindly check your network, Oluwakemi. All right. So yes, I'm Iberua Dorcas. You can simply call me Dorcas. You can simply call me. Okay, so it's your network. Thank you. So you can simply call me Dorcas. I'm the team lead of Data Analytics department here at Nibian Analytics. Iberua Dorcas has close to 5 years experience in the tech space because I've journeyed a lot in the tech space from one field to the other. Started as a UI UX developer, web designer and a network administrator, but now I am a data analyst. I've worked as a data analyst for top organizations like Price Valley. Price Valley is like a website like Jumia where you can place order for majorly for foodstuff items. Okay, and I've also worked at Polaris Bank. I'm sure we all know Polaris Bank. Okay, I've helped over 1,000 persons here in Africa to switch into tech, most especially to switch into data. And currently, I work as a data analyst and a team lead at Nibiant Analytics. Okay, so if Dorcas can transition into tech, you guys can also transition into tech. And here is why we are here today. Today, we are going to actually be covering a topic called how to create your first dynamic Excel dashboard in 30 minutes. How you can create your first dynamic Excel dashboard in 30 minutes. Who are we here at Nibiant before we even jump into what we want to do here tonight? Okay, so Nibiant Analytics is not just an edtech company here in Africa. We are creating a move to ensure that Africans are part of the top most recognized people in the tech space, most especially in the data part of the tech space. So here we majorly focus into three key data roles, okay, which are data analytics, data science, and business analysis. And we have helped over 100, I can say over 200, okay, Africans to break into these roles as a data analyst, data scientist, and business analyst. And one of our mission is to equip millions of Africans with these skills, with the confidence, and then the ability to work with diverse tools, okay, and to ensure that Nigerians, Africans are seen up there, okay, in the tech space. So yes, like I said earlier, what we are here to do is to build an Excel dashboard in 30 minutes. So our roadmap for today will cover 3 major aspects. First thing is we are going to build an interactive dashboard with Excel, okay, that provides answer to sales managers, so to say, okay. And secondly, you are going to get to know how can you get started and even build more than this dashboard we are going to build in this session briefly. And lastly, we are going to have a special announcement at the end of this session, and then questions and answer will also be addressed. And one amazing thing is that a feedback form will drop in the chat box. So you want to actually fill that feedback form so that you can get the recording of this session. So that you can also create what we are going to do here in this session on your own. So when the feedback form start rolling in, you want to fill that form so as for you to get the recorded session for you to follow through in order to do what we are here to do in this class. Should we get Excel downloaded? Yes, you can get Excel downloaded on your PC to practice what we are going to be doing in this session today. You are going to get recording of the class and also the material of the class. So let's jump right into it because we have a lot to do. And this glimpse you are seeing right here is what is the magic we are going to be creating in this session. So my question will be, are you ready? Are you ready? Give me thumbs up if you are ready for us to jump into Excel and create this magic you're seeing briefly on your screen. Okay. Okay. So I can see people's hands are raised. Damilola and Peace hand is raised. So I'm going to take Damilola and then Peace can go. Or is it that you want to give me a thumbs up? I won't take too much question. I'll just take 2 persons' questions. Okay. So I think Damilola dropped her hand. Christiana, do you have a question? Or you are looking for a thumbs up emoji? Okay, so I'll take that as a mistake. So let's jump right into why we are here today. We want to create this dashboard briefly in Excel. We want to create this dashboard briefly in Excel. All right. So I'm going to open my Excel tool right now. Okay. Like I said, this section is being recorded. So you can always watch the session. This is what our end goal in today's session is going to look like. Okay, this is what our end goal in today's session is going to look like, and this is where we are coming from. So first off, we want to create a dashboard. So I'm going to ask us, what do we think a dashboard is? When you hear dashboard, what comes to your mind? Like, what do you think of the moment you hear a dashboard? Anybody, you can just drop in the chat box. Let's do this quickly before I jump into the task of the day. What do you think a dashboard is? Just drop in the chat box. Drop in the chat box. You can't see my screen anymore. That will be your network if you cannot see my screen. I want to believe we cannot see my screen. Can we all see my screen, please? Okay. So we can all see my screen, but we are trying to shy away from my question. Okay. Thank you so much. So I'm going to just take what a dashboard is. Like I said, I want us to just have a brief theoretical definition of why we want to create a dashboard in the first place. So looking at this data now, looking at this data set, which would you prefer? This data set right now or the dashboard I showed you earlier? Which would you prefer? The data set or the dashboard? I want you to drop in the chat box. This data set or the dashboard? This data set or the dashboard? Which one is giving you a clearer understanding of what is going on right here? The data set or the dashboard? I'm going to show us the dashboard again. The data set or the dashboard? This or this? Which one is showing you something that you can make use of? Can we drop in the chat box, please? Let's drop in the chat box. Which would you prefer? Both of them. Okay, somebody said both of them. So which one is telling you a clearer overview of what is going on in this data? You're saying the data set is giving you, for the person that said both, the dashboard, because it gives an overview at a glance. Thank you so much for that. I'll probably take the dashboard. Exactly. Because currently you are saying 2, 5, 3, 1. At a glance, you cannot know how many quantity of product we have sold. You cannot know it. So for the both option, I won't go with both. I'm saying pick one option, you're picking both. That's F9 because there is no both option. Either data set or dashboard, which one would you go for? Okay, there is no both option. Okay, you have to pick one. So now, at a glance, just like this person said, the dashboard, because it gives an overview at a glance, because from just a view, you're able to know how many transactions have they had over the years. But when you are looking at the data set, can you easily pick how many transactions has happened right here? No, you cannot. So that is the essence of a dashboard. At a glance, you can see information about your dashboard. At a glance, you can understand what is going on with your data set. So dashboard is a visual interface that brings together data into clear, interactive summaries. Okay, dashboard brings data together into clear, interactive summary. So I want us to take that home if we are not even taking anything home tonight apart from this. Okay, dashboard brings together data into clear and interactive summary. So instead of me scrolling through these tons of data, instead of me scrolling and I cannot even find any information, at a glance, I can easily make some decisions. Okay, I can easily make some decision. Think of this dashboard as that your car. You cannot easily see what size of fuel you have left in your car. But with the car dashboard, you can easily see what amount of fuel you have left in your car. With the car dashboard, you can easily predict that somebody did not close the door well. Okay, somebody said I should repeat the definition. So I said a dashboard is a visual interface that brings together data into a clear interactive summary. Okay, into a clear interactive summary. And why dashboard matters is because it is widely used. Okay, having a dashboard is now widely embraced. Okay, it helps to summarize data and build an interactive report that people can use to make quick decisions. Now, we have this data set. So I'm going to remove this from our screen. We have this data set, and the manager is asking us, how many products do we sell in this company? And I decide to come and be mushing, checking here and trying to figure it out. I won't be able to achieve this at a glance. So we need to create a dashboard that tells the sales manager a quick summary of what is going on with their product sales. Okay, so tonight we are only going to be focusing on the product sales analysis. All right, so one thing I've done before now to make this session what we can achieve in 30 minutes is I already have what we call a wireframe. Okay, so if you look at the chat box right now, a form is being shared. You want to fill that form so that you can get a recording session of what we are doing right now. Okay, so you want to fill that form so that you can get a recorded session to your email. All right, so yes, I've created what we call a wireframe. There are some things you will put in place when you have a quick project you want to take on. First is you want to seek for inspirations. Okay, seek for inspiration. That is, what has somebody done before that can help me move faster in this quick analysis I want to do. Okay, once you have seek inspiration, you can now come to your data set. Try to understand what the data set is saying and pinpoint some question you want to use your data set to answer. Sorry, please, a minute. Someone is at the door, sorry. You want to seek for inspiration. Sorry about that. There was a knock on my door. I had to attend to that. So sorry. Okay. So you want to seek for a source of inspiration for you to get a good dashboard. Okay. And the next thing you want to actually do is pinpoint some questions you want to answer based on the data set you have been provided with. So this is the data set we have been provided with. And the sales manager is so concerned about their product sales. We want to give him something that answers question for him based on the store product, So every question will be answered at the end of the session, okay? Or you can type in the chat box. So you want to answer some question based on this data set for the sales manager. He wants to know, okay, what is the total sales we have made? He also wants to know how many transactions have we had since the inception of the store. Lastly, he wants to also know how many quantity of products have we sold over time and how many products do we even sell particularly in this organization. These are the 4 questions. I'll repeat myself. What is the total sales over the period of our existence? Second is, how many transactions have we had since we started this store? The next one is, how many quantity of products have we sold over time? And lastly, how many products in particular do we sell? Like I said, if we come to this data set and we are trying to make a conclusion from that, we are going to sleep here scrolling. Okay, so what we want to do is to create a dashboard to answer this question. Now, that's the first set of 4 questions he has asked us. He asked us another question. What is the sales trend like over the years? What is the sales trend like over the years? Can we easily say that, oh, it's 2024 that made the highest sales? Can we make that decision from this? No. He asked another question. What is the sales by product category? We actually want to know the product category that is moving our sales most. We cannot determine that from here. Okay? We cannot determine that from here. Hence, why we needed to create a quick dashboard to help him out. Okay? Ade's hand is up. Ade's hand is up. You want to drop your question in the chat box. Drop your question in the chat box and I'm going to catch up with it. You also want to feel the feedback from being shared right now. Okay, you want to feel the feedback from being shared right now. Ade's hand is up and Donald's hand is also up. You want to drop your question in the chat box so that I can give you an answer. So now, how do I get started to create this dashboard? First thing first, you need an helper, and that helper is what we call a pivot table. So you pick your data set and turn it into a pivot table. Okay, a pivot table. A pivot table is like a summarized table in Excel that helps you, okay, that helps you to summarize this large data set into something you can easily manage, just like in your kitchen. Okay, you have variants of spices. Okay, instead of putting all the spices together, you decide to have a drawer or a box holding each spices. Now, if you want curry, you know where to go to. That's what pivot table is doing for us. Now, if we want transaction ID, we know where to go to. We want quantity sold, we know where to go to, instead of us seeing this data as raw as this. Okay, so I'm going to call this sheet a pivot table. Okay, pivot table. All right, so what I just did is I went to my insert and inserted a pivot table. You can't hear anything, ma'am. Please, can we hear me? Please, can we hear me? So I guess it's your network. I guess it's your network, Ade. I guess it's your network. Okay. Oh, okay. Sorry, that's Bobo. Okay. I guess it's your network. You might want to drop off the call and join back later. So now we have created a pivot table, and this pivot table is what will help us to start answering those questions. Says what is the total sales we have made? Means that what? We need to come and sum up this sales amount column. We need to come and sum it up in order for us to know the total sales. Guess what? I only need to drag and drop. I'm going to drag what? Sales amount to values, because it is what it is numeric in nature. It is what I can sum up. Okay, so I'm going to drag it to values, and guess what? Excel will automatically create what? A sum of that sales amount. You can see sum of sales amounts. And now we know the sum of sales amounts that they have made over the years. So I'm going to call this, we can leave this as sum of sales amounts. Okay. The next thing I want to do to this is I want to like format that value to look more presentable. Okay. I want to format the value to look more presentable. How can I do that? I can do that by changing the data type that I have. Okay, I'm going to change the data type that I have. I'm going to come to the value. Come here. You can see it's currently in general. Is this supposed to be a general? No. It is supposed to be in currency. But I want it in a compact mode so that at a glance you can easily know what this amount is saying. Not that you're trying to read 2 million, 1 million, blah, 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 blah. You want to change it to a compact mode. So you come to more number format. Okay. You will come to more number format and you tell it you want a customized way of showing me this amount. And I'm going to drop my custom style that I want. Okay. The custom style that I want is I want a $sign. I want one whole number with 2 decimal points and end this with million sign. Okay, end it with million for me to know it's in million. Okay, so I can click on okay now. And what do we see? The number has been compacted. Okay, and you can see 2.19 million. 2.19 million. You can easily answer the sales manager now that we have been able to make 2.19 million. Guess what? All I need to do now is copy this down, because for me to have another pivot table, I need to make use of an existing pivot table. I need to make use of an existing pivot table. So I want to catch up with the chat box. Okay, I think you the questions being asked have been answered already. Okay, so yes, the next thing we want to answer for this person is how many quantity, okay? How many quantity of products have we sold? What do I need to do? I will drag quantity now to this place and drag away my sum of sales because I have answered that already. Sum of quantity sold is this. But guess what? We are seeing 0.001 because it's still making use of the format I used here. So I need to change my format to say this is the format for counting or for summing the quantity. Quantity is not monetary, okay? It's not monetary. We just need it to count it. So there's no need for $sign, okay? There's no need for $sign. I'm going to click on that and change the format there. Custom format is supposed to be a number, and then I want it customized to show in 2 decimal point as well and count in thousands, okay? Count in thousands. And what do you see? We've sold 8.90K, okay? 8.90K, that's like 8,900. Do you get? So that is the sum of quantity sold. The next question the manager asks us is that they want to know, okay? They want to know how many products do we sell. So what this implies is that we need to count this product name here, okay? And I'm going to come here and drag product name to this place. Count the product name for me. Guess what happened? It is counting the product name line by line. But if you look here, some products are repetitive. This is gin, this is gin, this is gin, this is rice. So it's counting the repetition, which is not what we need. So I'm going to make this a distinct count. Okay, I'll make this a distinct count. Come here and make it a distinct count. Now I'm going to have just distinct count and I'm going to make this number. All right, I don't need the decimal point. Okay, now 10 products are sold. 10 products are sold. Okay, they sell 10 products in this organization. I'm going to come here again, copy this, paste it. We want to know, we've known the sales amount, quantity sold, product name, count of products they sell. Now we want to know how many transactions they've had. I'll just drag my transaction ID to values, and it's also going to count how many transactions they've had. And we can see that they've had 3,000 transactions. Now it boils down to the question. The questions is, what product category are they making the highest revenue from? For us to do that, we'll copy our, what's it called? We'll copy our sales amount because we want to use it to break it down by the products, okay? By the different products they sell. So I'm going to drag product name to my rows, and I can easily see how much 4K TV made. We can make this more expressive. Fine, it's still monetary, but then because they are making in thousands, not in million, we're having 0.0.0 points. We want to reformat it to be in thousands. So what you just need to do is change the custom format you have inserted earlier. Okay, come here. I'm going to select all of them. Okay, don't worry. The session is being recorded. You can always watch it. Okay, select all of them. More number format. What do I want? I'm going to use my custom format, which is now in thousands. Okay, and click on OK. And this makes more sense. I don't need this. I'm going to just remove grand total. Now I can always reuse this. Copy and paste. I want to answer the next question, which is, what is sales trend like? What is sales trend like? Month on month, what is our sales like? This time around, I don't need product name. I don't need the product name this time around. In order for me to answer, what the sales is like on a monthly basis, So what I will drag now to my role is going to be my date, because I want you to break it down by date. What is our sales like? Okay, what is our sales like? And here, it's going to group it into year. Okay, and now when you click on this plus, you are going to see the year. Click on it again, you're going to see it in January, February, March. We don't need all of this. I'll just drag away the quarter. I don't need quarter and I don't need date. I only need year and month. What is going on January 2022 to December? What is going on January 2023 till December? Okay, so we have majorly answered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 questions, right? Just now, okay? Just now we have answered all of those questions. So the next question we want to answer he has been able to see the sales by product name. Now we want to see the sales by product category. I will copy this and bring it down. Now I don't need product name. I want to see what my sales is like by product category. Okay, what my sales is like by product category. And I'm also going to change this format to thousands. Okay, more number format. And I'm going to change it to thousands. I'm going to change it to thousands. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay, I'm going to change it to thousands. Just a minute. I'm going to change it to thousands custom formats. I'm going to change it to 1,000 custom formats. All right. So come here and come to your custom. You want to customize this more number format, and I'm going to use my thousands format. One thing about this is once you've inserted it once, you can always re-click on it to make use of it. All right. So I'll do the same for this. I'll do the same for this. All right. Custom formats, more number formats. I want my thousands and okay. So yes, we have completed all the questions we want to answer, but ma, this is not a chart. You said we want to create chart and dashboard. How can I do that? To turn all of this into images, you just need to stay on their pivot table, okay, and come to pivot table analyze, and you want a pivot chart. Now, we are going to use bar chart for this first one, and I'm going to say okay. Okay, I'm going to say okay. I'm going to remove all of these unnecessary buttons. I'll remove all of them by deleting them. I don't need this as well. I'll remove all of them, okay, all of them by deleting them. And I'm going to sort this so that it makes sense. It looks neater. I'm going to sort this. Now, it's telling a story that laptop is the highest product they sell. Laptop is the highest product they sell, okay? Followed by smartphone, followed by washing machine. At a glance, they can understand all of this. At a glance. So, we are going to create all of this and then we are going to format them later. I'll come here as well. I want to turn this to a pivot chart as well. Pivot table, pivot chart. I want to use a donut chart. This is a donut chart and I'm going to click on OK. Now I have my second chart. I will delete all of this. Hide all field button. Now I have this clean chart. Okay. For this last chart, I want to use a line chart because it's showing a trend. So I'm going to come here, pivot chart. I want a line chart this time around because you see, if we use this chart right now, it's going to tell the story is not going to be nice. All right. But then the moment we change it to a line chart, we would have a better story of what is going on with our data. Okay. With our data. So we will have a better story of what is going on with the data set. I'm going to remove all of this, hide the field button, and hide this as well. Okay, hide this as well. So after this, we are going to format all of these charts. Okay, we are going to format all of these charts. We are going to format them. So just a minute. Okay. All right. Okay. 2024 is not showing completely. Okay. Let me open 2024 so that it makes sense because that doesn't make sense right now. So I needed to show 2024 for our story to make sense. Okay. So yes, we have all of our charts ready. These are the 3 charts we want to create this night. The next thing is I need to format the charts to tell my story clearly. What is this chart showing me? It's showing me sales by product name. So I'll name it sales by product name. Sales by product name. I need to reduce these fonts. So I'm going to use font 9. Okay. And I'm going to move it to my side. Now I have a color in mind for my design. I'm going to change the color to what I want. Come to format selection. Okay, and I'm going to come to this paint bucket. I want to change my fill from blue to the color I have in mind. So I'm going to drop a color code. Okay, one thing you can do about this session is that since it's recorded, you can always come back, okay, rewatch it and pause where you see that maybe I did something, you didn't get that. You can easily pause me, okay? So I'm going to put a color code of what I have in mind to achieve what we have earlier, okay? I'm going to change that, and I'm also going to change my gap width. Okay, for my gap width, I'm going to make it reduced a bit so that I can have something bigger. Okay, I need to reduce that so that I can have something better. Now, the same thing goes for this donut chart. I want to use different colors. I'll come here, ensuring I'm selecting on each individual. Change this orange to this color because I used the color recently, so it will be showing in my recently used color. Okay, I'm going to use that color. I'm going to use dark color for this, my green. I'm going to click on it, sorry, and change the green as well to a color code of my choice. Like I said, the session is recorded. You can always pause all these that I'm doing right now. All right, now I'm going to go to the next color. Okay, I want this blue. Okay, I'm going to change it to a color of my choice as well, which is this color, and I'm going to click on OK. So I'm having my dashboard come to look like what I want, okay? To look like what I want. Lastly, we are going to change this color, okay? We are going to change this color as well to what we want, which is this bright pink color. So I'm going to select on the blue. Okay, let me use the bright pink for this, and then use the yellow for the small one. Okay, let's do that. And then change this to yellow. Okay, so I'm just formatting this. So you just want to format it. I need it a bit deeper, not too deep. Yeah. Okay, so I have this. Now my line chart. I'll just click on my line and change the color to my green. Because I've used those colors recently, I don't need to stress about them again. So I'll delete all of the guidelines. Okay, and I think I like this now. I'll just give all of my chart title the same way I did for the first one. So this is showing us sales by products category. Okay, category. And we are using size 9. Okay, I'm going to reduce that to size 9, just like we did for that. And I'm going to bring it to my right-hand side. Okay, and I'm going to also make this sales trend. Sales trend. And I want it size 9 as well, because you want to be consistent whenever you are designing your dashboard. I don't want you to have a background, and I don't want you to have a fill. So I'm going to set that to no fill, no line. Now I can take it to where I have pre-designed my wireframe. So I'll just take it and drop it where I want it to be. Adjust it to fit, okay? Adjust it to fit. My dashboard is coming together. Adjust it to fit, okay? I'm going to bring all of those charts to my dashboard, okay? I don't want you to have a fill. I don't want you to have an outline. Control X U, bring it to my wireframe. I want you to be here. Control V it. Adjust it to fit where you have pre-designed for it, okay? Adjust it to fit where you have pre-designed for it. Adjusting that, all right? And my last chart, which is this. I'm going to also make it no fill and no, no fill and no borderline, no line, okay? And I'm going to cut that, Control X, bring it to my wireframe. I want you to be here, Control V. Adjust it to fit as well, okay? Adjust it to fit as well. Adjust it to fit. Now I can reduce this size to say 7, so it's cleaner. It's too small. Let's use 8. Yeah, that's better. It's cleaner. Now we have this. in a glance, you can tell tons of story with what we have right now. Let's add data label to make their story clearer. So I can add data label. Okay, I can come here and add data label. Add data label as well. For this, I want to rearrange my data label. Okay, I'll rearrange my data label so that it's clear. Okay, so that the story is telling is clear. You know where each value is coming from. Okay, you know where each value is coming from. And another thing I want to do to this is I want to like format this. Okay, so I think I'm good here. Okay, now we want to do all of this. This section is what we call a card view. So all those total transactions we created, we want to bring them into this space. We want to bring them into this space. To do that, we need to insert a text box, okay, so that it can hold that. So I'm going to put a text box right here. Okay, I'm going to put a text box right here, and I'm going to type equals to, and go and bring down my value from my pivot table. First thing I want is total transactions. So we had the total transaction. This is it. And I'm going to press enter. And my total transaction is going to appear here. Okay. I'll adjust that to fit. Okay. But I want it a bit bigger. So I'm going to use size 16 and make it bold. So we have our total transaction here. The next thing is I'll duplicate this, Control D to duplicate, bring it to the next box. This time around, I want to bring the total sales amount. Okay, so I'll come to pivot table again, sales amount, enter. I have that. To eradicate formatting manually, I will use Format Painter to drop this format here, Ctrl Z, copy this format and drop it on this value. So now it's bigger. Duplicate this, bring it to this next place. Okay, and what I want to bring next is the quantity sold. So I'm going to remove this. Okay, I'm removing this. And I will bring in the quantity sold. This is it right here, enter. Okay, I'm going to copy Format Painter to bring this to the design I want. Ctrl D, bring this here, and the product sold is what I need last. I'm going to delete this and bring in the products sold, right? I'm going to use Format Painter again to copy the format here. All right, so now we have this, and I'm going to just select this for, and I don't want them to actually have their personal field. So I'll come here, set it to no field. So it match my background, no outline, so that nothing is messing around with my data. So I'm going to Control D this, because I want something to be down there describing each of these things. So I'm going to delete all of the formula in it because I just need it empty. I need it empty. I need it empty. So I just want to write some text here. So I'm just going to copy my text in. Okay, copy my text in. I want some text to describe what is going on here. Okay, to describe what is going on here. Describe what is going on with this. Yes. Okay, and I want to make it yellow that I used earlier. Okay, the yellow I used in my designing earlier. So I want that. For this as well, I want text as well. So when you are watching, you can easily pause to get all of the text I'm putting inside of this. Okay, Control V, the text. Okay, Control V, the text. And for this, I want to use my green color. Okay, now to the next one, which is this. I don't want the formula there. I just want to put a text that describes what is going on here. Okay, so Control V, that's total unit sold, is what is going on here. And I want to highlight that and also give it a color of my choice. So all this color, you can actually decide on what color you want to use when you start designing. Okay, so the last one, which is this, I don't want formula there as well. I have a text to be there. okay, so that the manager understand what all of this is saying, okay, what all of this is saying. So I want to make this hash, okay, I want to make this hash a bit bigger. I want to make it hash and a bit bigger. Yeah. So I have all of this already. I want to give my dashboard a title. So I'm going to write that here. It's just a quick product sales analysis dashboard. Okay, a quick product sales analysis dashboard. That's the title. Oops, look at my text. A quick product sales analysis dashboard. Okay, let's make it big since it's like a title, so to say. Okay, and we can make it bold. Underneath it, I want to have something that says it's just a sales summary. Okay, I want something that says sales summary that will not make too much noise. So all of these are just designs. Okay, that will not make too much noise and that will not be big at all. Don't want it big at all. And I want it italic and not bold. So quick sales analysis dashboard, sales summary. Now we can see how we have been able to turn this sales data, okay, to something that makes sense at a glance, okay. In few minutes, we have been able to design all of this. Now, the next thing I put to make this beautiful and catchy are icons, okay? They are icons, and I have them downloaded already. What you can do is, I'm going to spill the juice at the end of this session of where you can get icons, okay? So what you can do is, you have your icons downloaded. I'll just say, oh, I want to bring it in from picture. Come to insert picture in this device, and I will bring in those icons that I've downloaded, notification. I want a woman, online shopping, inventory, direct marketing, transaction, mini marts, okay? And I would insert them. Guess what? They are going to appear in my Excel, and I will just place them where I want them to be, okay? For this mini mart, I want it to be in my title, in the name of the company, okay? I want it to be in the name of the company. I just adjust it to fit to the size I want. Yes, all right. This is for my transactions. All of this, I want them to have the same size. So these four, I'm going to select them together and give them a definite size, a 0.3. Okay, and I think I like that. I'll just be placing them where they match. That's why you see me using different colors. Okay, just place them where they match. Place them. And yeah. Now it looks more informative, more catchy, and I think I want to make this 0.4 a bit bigger. Okay, so yes, this is what we have going on here. It's looking like it, right? It's looking like it. Let me catch up with the chat box. The session is being recorded. All you want to do, this is quite complex. It's complex because you are trying to achieve this in a short period of time. So by the time you are watching the recording all over again, you would know it's not complex, okay? Because you have your time to play it slow and all of that. So just fill the feedback form to ensure you get this recording, And this, I just wanted to use as a placeholder of myself on this report, or myself on this report. And this as well, just a notification sign that a message entered for me. So this is just going to be at this end. Okay. And the last thing we want to do to make this more beautiful, okay? The last thing we want to do to make this beautiful, we want to give this store a name. So I will insert a text box again and give them their name. It is Nova Mart. Okay. Nova Mart store at the Wonder Hire House. Nova Mart store. Okay, Nova Mart store. I'm going to make it bigger. Size 14. Okay, and bold. I'm good. So Nova Mart Store, the one that hire us, 16, 15. Okay. And I don't want the shape to have a background actually. No background, no outline. So it's not messing with my major data. Okay. Nova Mart Store. Yes, we have this. And currently we are on. Yeah, so I'm a bit faster because, like I said, the recording is going to be made available. You can always pause me, rewind me as many times as possible. Just fill the form. Just fill the form. Okay. The next thing I want is actually another text box. A text box. I'm going to drop it right here. Okay. I'm going to drop it right here. And I just want this to indicate that I will name this to dashboard. Okay, I want this to indicate that I'm currently on my dashboard. Okay, my dashboard. So I want my dashboard to be this green in a deeper version of it. So I'm going to make it deeper. Okay, okay. And for my shape, I want to fill it with this lighter shape. So to show that I'm currently on my dashboard, I want to use a rounded rectangle. Okay, and now I will duplicate this, duplicate twice. So we want to have the data set. Okay, we want to have data set and the pivot table link. So I'll call this pivot table, and I'll call this data sets. Okay, these two, I want them to be white. Okay, so that we are not on them, so it should just be white. Okay, and the text should just be ash because we are not on them currently. Okay, so it's the one we are staying on currently. I want to have a pronounced color, no fill, no outline. Okay, so this is what I have right now. And what I want to use this to achieve is I want to link this up. So I'm going to highlight this text, right click on it and link it up. I want to link it to a place in my document, and it is what this wireframe, and I'll click on OK. For the pivot table, I want to link it up as well to my pivot table. So right click, I will link it to pivot table, click on OK. For data set, right click, okay. For data set, right click, and I will link it to my sales data and click on OK. What this helps is that once I click here, I can easily come to pivot table. Okay. Once I click here, I can go to data set. Once I click here, I can come to dashboard. Okay. So that's what that helps with. The next thing we want to put to make this dashboard interactive, which is the last thing we are going to do tonight, is to put filters. Okay. Filter. So for now, we'll just apply the year filter. Okay. So you come back to your pivot table. Stay on any of your pivot table. Come to pivot analyzer and you will see what we call insert a slicer. So I will insert a slicer called the year, okay? Date into year, okay? So I have this, okay? I have this, and I want to make it contain two things, okay? So I have this already. Now I want to format or rebrand this to match my design. I'll right click on this existing design, and then I will duplicate it in order to make my own design. For the whole slicer, I will set it to no fill, okay, no borderline, okay, and click on OK. Sorry about that, Faith. For my selected data, I will also format it with my fill to be my color, my own color that I've been using from onset. I will edit that to make it my own color. Okay, click on that and change the color code. Okay, now I have this, and I'll click on OK. All right, now if I click on OK and change what I'm using currently to my custom, I have this. Now I can take this to my dashboard and paste it. Paste everything. Enable. Now I have this slicer. What this slicer helps me to do, okay, is that I need to first do one last thing. I need to connect it to all my reports. So I'll connect it to all the pivot table available. Okay, these are all the pivot table available. I will ensure I tick all of them and click on OK. What will happen if I click on this is that if I click on 2023, this person will only see what is going on with 2023 sales, okay, the category, the product, and all of that. If I click on 2024, it will readjust to also match what is going on in 2024, okay. If I click on this, it will also readjust, okay. So that's the essence of a slicer, okay. And lastly, the next thing I want to do is I want to have another stuff here that tells them these are slicers. Okay, slicers. Okay, slicers. Make it bold. These are slicers. So I have that already. So you can see the dashboard we just created in a glimpse of seconds. Okay, we use less than 1 hour to achieve this. And this is where I'm going to stop this dashboard creating this night. Okay, because I have a colleague here that has something interesting to tell you guys. Okay, I have a colleague that has something interesting. I'm sure, let me first ask, how many of us wish that this session was slower and that you can create this? How many of us wish this session was slower and you could like follow me back to back as I was doing it? How many of us? Just give me maybe thumbs up or your favorite emoji. You wish the session was slower and Dorcas could teach you line by line by line by line. Exactly. Most of us would actually wish that, okay? Most of us will wish that we can actually do this session in a slower pace. And that's why my colleague is going to come up to actually tell you something very interesting. You know, earlier, we have 3 things to do today. Build an interactive Excel dashboard. We have done that. The next thing is, how can you get started and start building even much more than the dashboard I've done today? Because right now, I have just a few minutes to take you through creating this dashboard. Okay, so you want to learn how you can do this on your own, okay, and make effective design on your own. Hey, sorry, somebody's feeling like crying. Please, can you slow down? Okay, I would have loved to slow down. Actually, I would have loved to really slow down and be myself, but then it's late. Some of us have gone to work since morning, and then we just want to give you a virtual tester of what our students enjoy on a daily basis. Okay, imagine if this session was to be a 3 hours live class. It will definitely be slower than this, and we'll take home something more outstanding than this. Okay, so the next point is, how can I get started to do the same thing and much more? Okay, so my colleague will come up. Pius, are you on this call? Pius is going to be the one to tell us how we can actually get started in this journey and achieve what we are able to do this very night. Okay, so over to you, please. But I hope somebody enjoys this teaching.
Yeah, guys, good evening to everyone. Thank you so much, Dorcas. In fact, I was enjoying the whole of the session, and I was like, come on, what else do I want to say? Because I am very sure these guys really do enjoy this session as well. So, just to be sure, how far, guys, did you get value from this very quick, session that Dorcas has, uh, has shown us? Let me use the word shown. Yeah, so let me get a reaction if you're able to get value from this session. Okay, so guys, were you able to get value from this session? Yes. So okay. Now the thing is, I don't want your reaction now. I want you to roll some flowers for Dorcas. So what I mean by rolling some flowers for Dorcas, you can see my reaction right now. Okay. So as you are rolling the flowers for Dorcas, okay, you can also roll it for yourself. Okay, because for you to be here to till this very point, it means that it's very interesting. That is just the truth. Okay, so yeah, I'm very sure Dorcas is also returning these flowers to you guys because you guys have been so cooperative, right? So I think I am just going to share my screen. Okay, so my screen is definitely coming up. So guys, can we see my screen? Can we see my screen? Can we see my screen, guys? So can we see my screen? All right, amazing. So it's been an interesting journey, okay, since Docker started the session, and this is exactly 1 hour, okay. And of course, this is a very sweet dashboard to actually build as a beginner. All right, as a beginner, right, as a beginner. So that is just it basically. Okay. So what I am here to do, okay, is just to encourage you guys, okay, that there are lots of myths out there, okay, that says, oh, going into tech is very difficult. Okay, you need coding experience. All right, you need you need to have done statistics before you delve into data analytics or some other form of tech. Okay, there are so many questions that you guys definitely need answers to around, oh, and what is the best what is the best tech skill to actually venture into right now. Yeah, am I asking a question from somebody's mind? Okay, am I asking that question, like the question that is in your mind now? Am I really asking the question? Okay, what is that tech skill that that you need to learn that will help you to work remotely? Okay, what is that tech skill that you need to learn, okay, that has high salary projection and all of those things, right? So that is the reason why I am here. That is the reason why I am here. So let me quickly walk you through you know what I have in my slide here. So I need to ask this important question before I go on. Okay, how many of us have been able to fill the form? Guys, it's very important that you fill the form. Exactly, it's spec. I am on point. That is it. Okay, so if you have filled the form, that means you will definitely get the recorded session, to the recordings rather, to this session, okay, so that you can watch and practice along with Dorcas, okay, practice along with Dorcas. So many Africans actually fail, all right, when they want to start, all right, or when they want to venture into tech, basically. So you don't select a tech career path, because they do not select a tech career path strategically, all right. So, and that is the main reason why I am here. So just very quickly, I'll be walking you through all of this, okay? So the career paths, okay, that you choose determines if you get the job in the final part of 2025, okay? So I have an important question to ask you guys, okay? We are going into the last quarter of the year, all right? So how many of you, all right, would like to work remotely? As it is, I am currently working remotely. Dorcas is currently working remotely. Okay, and some other people here are also working remotely. So, how many of you, okay, wants to really work remotely in the next, that should be a focus that you should give yourself. That should be a target that, oh, by 2025 ending, I do not want to do any, 6 to 5 job anymore. Exactly. Okay, I want to work remotely. Okay, I want to earn times 2 times 3 times 4, all right, of what I am currently earning. Exactly. So I think this is really the major talk now, okay, and this is the major this is the thing we need. This is the point whereby we need to have that conversation. Okay, if you have any question, feel free to use the chat box. Okay, just drop the question in the chat box and I'll pick it up from there. So now, what exactly, okay, are those skills that gets you hired for 2025 and makes you work remotely, all right, makes you earn in high currency? okay, makes you you know that is easy to venture into. All right. Now, regardless of your background, okay, regardless of whatsoever course you studied in school, okay, what regardless of whatsoever you have done, all right, what are those tech skills, okay, that will make you stand out? Is it to transition, high salary projection, and all of those things, right? Now, I have three major courses here, all right. So three career paths you should be looking into as an African, exactly, okay, as an African. Yeah, I am, an African, right? And these are the three career paths I definitely, okay. And of course, if you go on to ChatGPT, you can just make a research, just ChatGPT, all right, three career paths that is best to transition into. Okay. Of course, we get data analytics. Okay. In fact, this is going to be the very first one. Okay. You would also see data science, business analysis, right? Business analysis. These are the three careers that you can easily venture into. All right. So as you can hear from Dorcas, I was at the beginning of the session, right? When she said, oh, she has tested graphics design, she has tested networking, she has tested this and that. How many of us have tested networking? You have tested cybersecurity, you have tested graphics design, you have tested this, you have tested that. How many of us have tested all of those things, right? Yeah. But the question is, have you tested data analytics? Okay. Have you tested data science? Have you tested business analysis? Now, it is not just about the testing, okay? It's about testing it or learning it from the right source, okay? Learning it from people that have done it before, okay? Learning it from people. As you can see, Dorcas was giving her profile. She said she has helped over 1,000 people transition into tech smoothly, okay? And she has helped people, all right, secure jobs, home and abroad. Exactly for me too. All right, maybe I have not introduced myself. I am also a data analytics instructor here at Nibiant Analytics, and I have helped a lot of people transition into tech and also secure jobs. Okay. In fact, one of my students reached out to me. One of my past students reached out to me today. Right. She just got a job with GB Foods. Okay. I don't know how many of us have heard of GB Foods. GB Foods. GB Foods. You are familiar with GB Foods. This is the organization that deals in production of Bama, paste, tomato paste, and all of those things. Yeah, GB Foods. Okay. So as a data analyst, right? As a data analyst. So these are the tech skills that actually gets you hired, all right, and solve that problem you need to solve. Okay, financial problem, okay, work problem, and all of those things in 2025, right? So now, why? Of course, why is it these three major courses, right? These three major career paths. Very first one is because it is easy to transition. All right, easy to learn, guys. Easy to learn. Okay, you can see in just less than 1 hour, you've been able to learn one thing. Okay, that anybody that is not currently in this session, okay, might not be able to do in a month. You have learned it under just 1 hour. That is because it is easy to learn. All right. If you fill the form, you get the recording, practice it out, post it on LinkedIn. Okay. Let people know that, oh, you have started your journey in data analytics. Okay. You have started your journey in what? In the analytics field. All right. It is very easy to learn. Very easy to learn. All right. Now, not that it's only easy to learn, it is also easy to transition. All right. Easy to transition. All right. If you are very good with Excel, okay, you know all your functions, all your formulas, you can build a standard report, okay, not just reports. Now, when I say standard reports, that is what we walk you through to build here at Nibiant Analytics. Okay, this report that that is industry standard, that is what we call it. Okay, an industry standard reports. Okay, so that is these are these courses for you, easy to transition, and of course, one thing is as great salary projections, guys. It's as great. When I say great, I don't know. Can somebody put great? I want you to, I want you to emphasize on that great as much as you can. Okay, great salary projection. So just type in the chat box, great salary projection, right? So of course, these are the major things that that wants to bring you into tech. Exactly. Thank you so much, allowing me. Right? Great. Exactly. Right. So why do you need to become one? That is a major question. Okay, so if I ask you that question, I know you already have the answers to these questions, right? Why do you need to become one? Yes, Why do you need to become one? Because you might be a sit-at-home mom, okay, and you need something. All right. You might be a full housewife, but remove the fool. Okay. When you have something doing, you are earning in dollar, you are no longer full because you are working. At the same time, you have time for your kids, you have time for your husband, you are not, preparing for work, as early as picking up around 5, 4 a.m. in the morning and getting back at 8, 9, 10 p.m. Okay. That is one thing you do not want to do. So there is a solution, right? Learn a tech skill. And one of the tech skills that are important, okay, of course, makes you stand out, easy to transition and solve all the problem that you might be having in front of you, is learning either of these three tech courses, right? Which is data analytics, data science, business analysis. So in data analytics, all right, these are things that you get to use. Okay, you get to use Excel, SQL, Power BI, Looker Studio, all right, Tableau, and even how to use Chat GPT. All right, so many of us, we do not know how to use Chat GPT. Okay, even if you know how to use Chat GPT, there is a lot more to what Chat GPT can do other than you asking Chat GPT what is a noun. Okay, you asking Chat GPT what is the fastest route to this. Okay, what is asking Chat GPT who is the Ballon d'Or winner for 2025, 2025, and all of those things, right? So there are a lot of things you can actually ask Chat GPT rather than all of those things, right? So you can leverage Chat GPT in your tech, in the career path you have chosen. So we also have that data science, we have business analysis, right? All of these are tech courses that you can learn that are very easy to transition into. Okay, very easy to transition into. So which career path will you like to choose? Guys, this is me asking you this question now. Which career path will you like to choose? So I want you to use the task box. Okay, which career path would you like to choose out of these three? Yes, I'm expecting responses in the chat box. Okay, which career path would you like to choose? Of course, every of them are easy to transition into. Okay, every of these three are easy to learn. Okay, and every of these three has high salary projection. Right now, the thing is, you can contact Nibiant Analytics. Just make sure you fill the form. Okay, if you have so many questions, you want to speak to me, you want to speak to Dorcas, you want to speak to an instructor here at Nibiant Analytics, right? There's something we call clarity section, whereby we get to answer your questions live. Okay, you have questions, you bring your questions to the clarity section, we get to answer you, and we help you to choose the right path that that will be, of course, better for you. Okay, maybe you are a business oriented person, or you love numbers, right, and all of those things. Then we can then advise you and help you to choose one of these three. But I'm very sure I can see some responses. Some of these guys, some of you here, right, love data analytics, right, and that makes absolute sense. Business analysis is also there, data science is also there. Okay, so we have lots of testimonies around this, right? Lots of testimonies. I just shared one with you just today. In fact, I would have loved to show you my WhatsApp, okay, just for evidence. But yeah, if you are looking for evidences, we have lots of testimonies. The evidences are choke. When I say the evidences are choke, I know what I mean, right? So go on our YouTube, go on our LinkedIn, you see lots of testimonial videos, regarding students getting jobs, claiming jobs, and all of those things. And of course, it makes sense. And that is what we use as pride here at Nibiant Analytics. That is what we use as pride. You can see when I came in here, I told you about my students, right? That is what I use as pride here at Nibiant Analytics. So yeah, it is not just about learning. Okay, we also help you to brand. All right, whereby we help you, we teach you, or we mentor you on how to assess your CV. Okay, how to see if your CV is actually, if your CV matches the jobs that you are applying to. Okay, how to tune your CV to match the job you want to apply to. Okay, LinkedIn optimization is also one of the free package that comes with learning. Okay, one of the things that also comes in is what is it called? Portfolio building. All right, Upwork profile setup, mentorship. We also get to mentor you. Okay, discuss about salary negotiation, how to haste an interview. Okay, this student I just spoke to you about now, right, was during the weekend, okay, that he called me that he said, "Oh, Mr. Pius, I am having an interview for 11 a.m. on Monday." I was like, "Oh, you know what? Let's schedule a time. All right, just book a time. Go to your what's it called? Your Google Classroom. There is a link there. Book a time with me. All right, and I'll be available for you." And I was available for him. All right, can we still hear me? I hope you can hear me. I was available for him. We were able to set up the meeting, and I was able to prepare him for the interview. And just this morning around to 12, he reached out to me that, "Oh, just completed the interview and it was a success." It was a success. So that is it, guys. It is not just about training. Okay, we also mentor you. Okay, and the funny thing is not the funny thing. Okay, the very important thing is you have lifetime access to Nibiant Analytics. Okay, we also refer you to jobs. You have so many students we have referred to jobs. If I go through my slide, you will see so many more, above what we just have here. All right, so jobs with AI grade precision. So what you just want to do is you want to apply. All right, you want to apply. All right, so after going through all of our trainings, our mentorship programs, and all of those things, you just want to apply, and you are the good fit for it. So here is how Esther applied for these simple steps. Okay, so you can see she started learning, all right, and she completed her program in 2025. She branded herself based on the tips that we gave her here at Nibiant Analytics. Okay, so I was able to tailor her CV to meet the requirements of the job, and she was able to get the job. All right, she was able to get the job. So we have so many here, more testimonies. We have so many more testimonies here. So you can see this is Ugochi, okay, that she was able to, of course, take business analysis program here at Nibiant Analytics, and now she's doing very fine. Okay, she was able to get the job in 2025 just this year. And all of these are recent testimonies, guys. These are recent testimonies. We also have testimonies in 2024. Okay, so I think I have Oluwasegun Ojo. Here is Mary. You can listen to Mary here. Okay, so just make sure you fill the form, then you can explore this file. Okay, you can get to listen to Mary's comments regarding how she was able to land her first data analytics job. All right, that is just in 2024 December. Okay, so you can also see Oluwasegun Ojo. This guy's story is very, very interesting. Okay, very, very interesting. It started in August 2024. Okay, he joined business analysis. Okay, and of course, he has secured so many gigs after so many gigs. Yes, so many gigs after his very first gig at Nibiant Analytics. Okay, after his very first gig. So you can view their portfolios, right? So this is also Grace. You can see Grace. You can see Lebro Olawale. You can see Ellen Okai. This Ellen Okai is one of my students as well. Okay, one of my students as well that I am very, very proud of. So this lady is somebody that's always she disturbs me a lot. All right, she has an issue. The very first point of contact is reaching out to instructor. I do not see it as a disturb. All right, rather I see it as someone who is very passionate about her growth, and that is exactly who she is now. Okay, she was able to secure the role of marketing analyst at Vestitude. Okay, Vestitude. Okay, and of course you can see she was a biology graduate. All right, biology graduate, and now she's doing very well. She's doing very fine. Okay, so you can read all of these things and of course consume it, and you see a lot of testimonies. So now you can see you also get some lifetime packages, lifetime interview prep, just like the case of my student. He was my past student. His name is Adebayo. He was my past student. Okay, he was my past student, and of course, once a student, always a student at Nibiant Analytics. That is how we hold here. Once a student, always a student here at Nibiant Analytics. Of course, you have lifetime access to your training materials. Okay, lifetime access to recommendation letters. Yes, you this particular Ellen Okai, there was a time she wanted to travel out. Okay, she reached out that, "Oh, I want to travel out and I need recommendation." Okay, we were able to provide it to her. All right, and of course, she wanted to, when she got the job at Vestitude, okay, she reached out that she needs recommendation letter. We were also able to provide it, and so many emphasis on that many. Okay, many recommendation letters that we have actually given out. So what you want to do is, it's just simple. It is just simple. Okay, it is just simple. All right. Now you have seen the taster, just like it is, virtual taster, right? You have seen the taster that Dorcas has given you. And I'm very sure you guys really enjoyed it. Okay, you guys really enjoyed it. So you can actually take this skill to the next level, guys. All right, take this skill to the next level. With this little skill, not really a little skill, okay, with this important skill, that is the right word to use, that you already know, okay, or probably that you want to explore, guys, you can start applying for jobs. Yes, you are definitely going to get certificates. Okay, you are definitely going to get certificates. So you can start applying for jobs while you are also building on the rest of the tools that you need to learn. Okay, what are the rest of the tools that you need to learn as a data analyst? You talk of SQL, you talk of Looker Studio, you talk of Tableau, you talk of Power BI. These are important tools for you to learn. Okay, as a business analyst, you talk of Jira, you get to use Trello, you get to build process maps and stakeholder requirements and all of those things. Right? When you talk about data science, you get to use Python, you get to use Excel, of course, Tableau to make sense of your data. All right, you get to work on building models and all of those things. So these are tech courses that are in high demand. Emphasis on in high demand in this 2025, guys. In this year 2025. So this is me challenging you. Okay, this is me challenging you guys. That what do you want to achieve in the rest of the quarter in 2025? Okay, what do you want to achieve in the rest of the quarter in 2025? And this is the quick answer. You want to delve into tech, not just any form of tech, either of these courses, okay, because I have explained to you, okay, high salary projection, okay, it's encouraging remote jobs, okay, of course, easy to transition, easy to learn. All right, let's quickly go on into how it is scheduled. Now, this training is just 4 months, okay, whereby you get to learn in just 3 months. Okay, you get to learn in 3 months. All right, and this your learning covers everything. Okay, everything that will be walking you through, just the tools I have mentioned earlier. Okay, for data analysts, for business analysts, and also for data scientists. Okay, and here we have our live classes on Saturdays. Okay, live classes on Saturdays. That is from the hour of 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Okay, West African time, just 3 hours, and it is instructors led. All right, you get to feel the instructor's energy in class. All right, and why you come to the class basically on that Saturday is not is to learn at the same time to work on an interesting case study. Okay, with the instructor. Now there is something that actually does the teaching for you, which is this do as I do videos. Okay, yeah, I hope you all can see my screen, guys. Can we see my screen? Can we see my screen? So I hope you can still see my screen. Interesting. So yeah, this guy here, okay, this guy here, the DID videos, a set of videos that I get to watch to get all the knowledge that you need to have, okay, before the class on Saturday. So on Sundays, okay, yesterday was Sunday, our students were provided with the DID videos. Of course, they have access to them, okay, on their LMS. Of course, you have the learning management system, right, where all the videos are there for you to actually watch before the live class on Saturday. So they have that since on Sunday, all right, they have access to that since on Sunday. Today I have been able to track how many of my students are watching the DID videos basically. All right, so now on Sundays, just like you said, on Sundays it is self-paced. Okay, you don't need anybody to say, oh, you must watch it 1 p.m. you must join the meeting 2 p.m. on Sunday. No. Okay, during the week you might be so busy with church activities on Sunday, then you can watch on Mondays. Just make sure you watch before live class on Saturdays. All right, now what you are coming to do in live class on Saturdays is to apply those things you have learned in those videos during the week on Saturdays with the instructors. Okay, with the instructor. All right, so what you are now coming to do on Saturday is, oh, I am an instructor, right, and you are my students. Okay, what we come to do is we are going to bring in an interesting case study. Oh, the case study can go this way. Congratulations, let me pick somebody's name here. Congratulations, Clement. Okay, you have been hired as a senior data analyst at Nibiant Analytics, okay, to help make sense of the data, look into this, look into that, and all of those things. All right. So your task is to build an amazing dashboard, okay, that will help Nibiant Analytics make sense of their data and, of course, get insights and make recommendations for Nibiant Analytics based on what to do and what not to do, how to boost sales, how to do this, how to do that, and all of those things. So what we now come to do in that live class on Saturday, don't forget that the TID videos that has been provided during the week has already taught you how to do it. So on Saturdays, we then come to the class, okay, and work on that case study, build the interactive dashboard and all of those things. So you will see some interesting dashboards that has been built, okay, going on, right? So that is just Saturdays and Sunday during the week conversation. Now there is something you get to do on Tuesday, which is the technical support session, and that session is just 1 hour. That is 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. on Tuesday. Now what do you come to do in that session? What you come to do in that session basically is, you know, to ask questions. All right, maybe while you were watching the videos during the week, there is a problem, okay, or probably we are trying to understand something, and it is not just, you know, you cannot just relate very well, okay. You have the opportunity to ask the instructor on that Tuesday 9 p.m. all right. Oh, Mr. Pius, this is what I am facing. I am trying to understand VLOOKUP in Excel, right? While I was watching the DID video, can you shed more light to it? So the instructor will help you understand that, all right, on Tuesday, okay. Or probably your SQL is not running, okay, or you're having issue downloading Tableau, okay. That is what you get to get, you know, that was what we get to do in TSS on Tuesday. And trust me, guys, it is usually interesting, okay. And on Thursday is one good thing happens on Thursday, which is mentorship, okay. And that is where we have the conversation. Oh, you are invited for an interview. How do you discuss about salary in an interview? Okay, how do you job match your CV to fit a specific job requirement? All right, how do you even apply for jobs? Some of us apply for jobs in the wrong way. All right, you get jobs, okay, or you see job posts, okay, you are saying, you know, 1,000 people already applied for the job. How do you get, you know, how do you get to be among the top 5 people, okay, that will be recognized for that particular job that you're applying into? And that is where we actually share the trick, okay, in our mentorship sessions, basically. All right. So guys, it is usually an amazing experience, okay. I wish I have a student here that can actually testify, okay, to all of these big things that we do here. All right. But guys, the testimonial videos already did justice to that, so you can watch the testimonial videos, okay. If you are here at the beginning of the session, I'm very sure you heard one of the testimonial videos that was playing. How many of us were here? Okay, you heard one of the testimonial videos that was playing, how she was able to get you know, her first remote job, and of course she's doing very well now. All right, so this is just a snip of how our Google Classroom looks like. And of course, in this Google Classroom, okay, all live class, in fact, not all live class, all meetings with the students, basically. TSS, now you can see class recording is here, okay, class material is here. All right, you can see, of course, if you scroll down, you see mentorship session here, and the topic for this particular mentorship is what? Growth mindset. All right, growth mindset. All of these sessions are recorded, and you have them lifetime access. That is the word, lifetime access to these materials in your Google Classroom. Okay, so besides the Google Classroom, now this is the LMS I was talking to you about, where you watch those videos. Okay, this is the introduction video for week 1. All right, so the next class is actually starting October 6th. Okay, now by the time you have been onboarded, okay, you have your LMS set up for you. Then what you just want to do is start watching your videos and prepare for the next live class. All right, next live class. And of course, you have lifetime access to these videos as well. If by chance you forgot your password, you can always reset your password, okay? And if by chance something happened, this and that, you can always reach out to Nibiant Analytics. Guys, always reach out to Nibiant Analytics, okay? And we will help you solve whatever problem you are encountering. All right, don't forget what I said. Once a student, always a student at Nibiant Analytics. So now you can get to see the full brochure here, okay, whereby you can now take a look at this. These are interesting reports that has been built by our students. Okay, these are reports that some of our students, okay, used to get a job. Okay, used to get a job. This is a report designed by Ayobami Fatokin. This particular guy too. This particular guy, don't worry, I have plenty of stories for you guys. This particular guy, I think that was 2 weeks ago. He reached out to me. He got an interview. I prepared him for the interview. Okay, I prepared him for the interview, and now he's in further conversation with the HR regarding how to, when to resume and all of those things. So this is Ayobami Fatokin, as you can see from this from the reports here. Okay, this is another student. This is Blessing. Okay, now you might not be able to see, but their picture, I already know my students. All right, this is Blessing. This is another report that was built by another amazing student. Okay, this is also, you can see Ayobami Fatokin again. This is that same guy. All right, now you can see all of these are, this is with Looker Studio, this is with Power BI, this is with Tableau. Okay, this is also with Tableau. So all of these are amazing reports that can get you jobs. Now we can view, interesting portfolio of some of our students. These are some. Okay, these are some of our students here. Now you can see Oluwaseun, you can see Lebura. All right, these are portfolios that got them hired, for the good job they have actually done. All right, so that is it basically. All right, so how to join the next class? How many of us would like to join the next class? Let me ask that question first. How many of us would like, okay, to be a beneficiary of all of these, amazing things? How many of us, let me even ask this question, how many of us wants to do big things? Yeah, I can see Olaomi wants to. Yes, Titus also wants to. Yes, you would like to. Interesting. See, guys, I am not capping. Okay, I know when they say somebody is capping, I know what it means by capping. All right, I am not capping. I'm just telling you the blank truth. Okay, the blank truth. You can say Blessing is also interested. Now, the question is, how do you join our next class? Okay, how do you join our next class? So the next class, just like I've said earlier, okay, data science is also available, guys. The thing is, all of these programs, either of the courses you want to take, okay, every of them, we have cohorts running on a monthly basis. Okay, by the 6th of October, there is another cohort running. Okay, and guys, you want to be a partaker of this cohort, you want to be a beneficiary. Let me put it that way, because there is something I would like to do to you, okay, or do for you. All right, let's just go on. There's something I would like to do for you, so you want to be a beneficiary of that. All right, so I do not want to take too much of your time. Let's just go into how you can get to enjoy all of this. Now, the programs, like I have said, data science, data analytics, business analysis, right? All of these are amazing programs to venture into. Okay, and these are the programs that we actually run. And of course, I think I've been able to make the reasons known why we have actually settled for these 3 major courses. Okay, after doing our research, all right, after doing our research, we were able to, get the facts that these are the 3 courses that can help you as an African, okay, to actually, leverage, or probably, what is the word now, to actually help you solve the major problem when it comes to 5 to 6 jobs. So that's 5 to 6 jobs. Okay, going to fight conductor every morning. Going to fight conductor every morning, looking for change, struggling for BRT and all of those things. You get home tired, you don't have time for your kids, you don't have time for your wife, you don't have time for your husband. All right. So one of the solutions, in fact, not one of the solutions, the solution to your problem, all right, I'm not saying you have a problem, but of course, all right, you know what I mean, right? The solution to that problem is just getting a course that will help you thrive. Okay, yes, can you kindly tell us the cost price? Yeah, so I am going into it, Abdusalam. So here is it, right? The cost price basically is 350,000 naira. Okay, 350,000 naira, right? Is the price. Now, why I'm saying is the price is because it is the price. Now, I have something for you. Okay, guys, how many of you would like to hear what I have for you? How many of you would like to hear what I have for you? I have so many things for you. Okay, I'm just going to take it very quickly. All right, so what I have for you is, now you can see I have decided to cancel this price because for you guys currently on this call, okay, because you have decided to wait to this very point, okay, we have decided to slash this price for you. And this is what I mean. You do not get to pay 350,000 naira. Okay, how much do you get to pay? All right, you have to pay just 250,000 naira. Guys, I think I deserve some flowers here. Dorcas deserves some flowers here. Okay, yes, we deserve some flowers because, truth be told, all right, you cannot get this somewhere else. That's just the truth. All right, that's it. Yes, that's just the truth. I have had the opportunity to work with so many edutech companies, helping people transition and all of those things. I am here in Nibiat Analytics because it is something I use as pride. Trust me. Okay, you can check my profile on LinkedIn. All right, you can check Dorcas's profile on LinkedIn. She has trained, you can see, over 1,000 students. I have also trained over 1,000 students, right? And that is what we use as pride, because it is not just about learning. How do you actually, there is one of my past students in a particular program I was able to train. The lady, it's not even a lady, a woman. She was like, oh, after the program here and there, I have been unable to, I have not been able to get job. I have not been able to do this. In fact, there's nothing to show for it. I told her, all right, enroll at Nibiat Analytics. Exactly. Okay, enroll at it. That's just the solution to it. Okay. Now, the funny thing is, the interesting thing is, guys, you might not want to pay this 250K at once. Okay. We are Nigerians, we are Africans, basically. Okay. We are Africans. We understand how it might seem for some people that are trying to venture into tech. Okay, maybe your annual pay might not even be up to this 250, and this is Nibians. You can say, oh, this is Nibian Analytics saying, drop 250K at once. No. All right. Now, we understand the financial constraints, okay? And of course, you might not have the money somewhere. All right. Yes, exactly. Now you can say, Michael, you have tried a lot, but this money is quite hard. Now, this is the gist, okay? You can actually break this down, all right, into instrumental payments, and this is our instrumental plan. I think this is another amazing initiative, right, at Nibiat Analytics. Okay. Oh, you are a copper. You are a copper. Okay. All right. Yes. We are a copper. So the thing is, I was actually a copper when I started my journey too, and of course it was very interesting. But I will not give you the gist. You can reach out to me. I'll give you the gist later. Okay, you can actually do this. Now, you do not have to pay the 250K at once. Okay, you can break it down. All right. You very first payment is 5,000 naira. Okay, and what this 5,000 naira will do is it will get you into the class. Once you pay your 85,000, you are added to the group chat. Okay, you are created, profile for the LMS. You are created, you are added to the Google Classroom, and of course, you have access to the instructor and all of those things. Exactly. Okay, that's for the 85,000 naira. Now, 1 month into the program, okay, after 1 month, while you are in the program, you get to pay 5,000 naira again, okay, to continue. Now, the funny thing is, one of the reasons why we did it this way is because, for some of you guys that might be doubting, all right, you might be doubting that, after some of you are jumping, and some of you are Judas, all right, is it even Judas now? You are, you know what I mean, okay? Yes, you are Judas Iscariot, okay? You might be doubting, all right? You might be doubting, and all of those things. So, just pay 5,000 naira, it gets into the class. It's 5,000 naira again, okay? It's 5,000 naira again. It takes you, 1 month into the program, okay? Then 2 months into the program, you pay the last 80,000 naira. Now, here is the gist. Here is another gist I have for you guys. Here is, you are really interesting. Titus, you can see Titus is interested. So Titus, okay? So I don't know if there is someone on this call. Okay, Tolu, Debbie, are you here? So you can just drop the account details. Okay. Now, here's the interesting thing. Basically. All right. Here's the account details here. You can just pay the 5,000. In fact, you can make the payments just once. All right. And for you guys that might not have that, is 5,000 naira right here. Okay. This is what you can do again. There's something you can do. This is what you can do. So now, you can actually pay
30,000 naira to secure this discount. Guys, I think this is amazing. What you can do now is you can pay 30,000 naira to secure this discount, which means with 30,000 naira, you can say, oh, anytime I am ready, I might be ready next month to gather 85,000 naira to gather the 250K complete. Okay, I might be ready this and that. Okay, this and that time. All right. So paying this 30,000 naira means that you will not get to pay this 350,000 naira, even if the price is increased. What you will just get to pay is 250,000 naira. You don't know about the 350,000 naira. Okay, you do not know about the 350,000. It is none of your business anymore because you have locked down these discounts. Okay, you have locked down these 250,000 naira with just 30,000 naira. So you are not paying 350,000 naira anymore. So here it is basically. All right. So of course, I know a lot of you guys are, of course, very interested. Okay. So yeah, I'm trying to check through. So Titus, are you here? Okay. Bobo, yeah, you can ask your questions now. Use the chat box, and of course, I am going to respond to. I will see your questions and I will respond. Allow me. Are you still here? Of course. So you can reach out. Okay, you can definitely reach out, and let's see how we can actually help you. But trust me, guys, this is one amazing thing you want to take advantage of. This is one amazing thing you want to take advantage of. So, guys, Titus, have you been able to secure your slots? Have you been able to secure your slots? So you can just use the chat box. Worry. So make sure you fill the form, guys. All right. Make sure you fill the form. Inquiries, can you drop the form again? Ensure you fill the form. Then you can, you can of course get the materials length, materials used. Of course, you can get the recording to this particular session. Okay, so you can design your interesting dashboard as well. So Titus, okay, what do you want me to do for you now? Okay, you have the account details here. You have the account details here. Just you can make payments to this account details. Just put done as soon as you have made the payments. Then a form will be sent to you, okay, to fill once you have made the payments. All right, and there you'll be reached out to. You can also contact Muhammad here. I'm just going to put my number in the chat box as well. Okay, so you can also reach out to me. Okay, so here is my number in the chat box. All right, here's my number in the chat box as well. If you have questions, if you have anything you want to, you want to ask, you want to clarify, you can reach out. Here's Muhammad. Muhammad is our COO here at Nibiat Analytics. He also has, a very good answer to whatever question you have. All right. So that is it, guys. Any question for me? Any question for me, guys? Any question for me? Any question for me? Any question for me? So you can use the chat box. Okay, you can use the chat box. Then I'll just pick the answer. I'll pick the question from there and give answers to the question. So Titus, what's up? Allow me, what's up? Yeah. So yeah, Keke, what's up? Emmanuel, Pelumi, Blessing. Exactly. Clement, Odunayo, Ade, Megze, what's up? So, guys, this is one good advantage you want to be a beneficiary of. Okay, you do not want this to actually bypass you. So, guys, that is it. Okay, that is it. So, guys, if you have any question, you can definitely reach out to Mohammed. So, Titus, I want to hear from you. Okay, you can just give me a message on WhatsApp. Okay, so yeah, interesting question here in the chat box. Does the training include real business data sets and hands-on capstone projects? Okay, or just smaller? The interesting thing is, guys, okay, you have every class you are working on business, case study. As a business analyst, you are working on case study every Saturday, live class with the instructor. You are working on case studies. Okay, you're working on case studies. Let me see if I have my screen here. So let me just give you okay, I do not have my PowerPoint open here. Okay, I would have showed you one of an amazing, case study for one of my my students, basically. All right, and of course for the next class, I'm also working on another case study whereby we are going to be a data analyst and we'll be solving a problem for a particular organization using data. All right, and of course the drill is to make sense of the data, help the business to grow, and all of those things, right? And that is what all companies in this year 2025, that is what all organizations wants to do, of course. All right, how to leverage data to make informed decision. So that is it. I think I've been able to answer your question, Pelumi. So it includes real business data sets, hands-on capstone projects, okay, hands-on capstone projects, okay. It is not just small practices, okay. And of course the interesting thing is you have lifetime access to your instructor. Even while you are in the job, you have gotten a job, while you're in the job, you have issues, you can always reach out to the instructor, all right, and you have it. So yeah, this certificate, okay, this certificate is highly recognized. All right, the certificate is highly recognized. So the funny thing is not even just about the certificate. All right, it's not about the certificate. So let me just quickly see if I can visit some of a students. So no recruiter is after a certificate in this 2025. All right, what they're after is what you can actually do. Okay, what you can actually do. So let me see somebody's portfolio here. So I'm just going to use, let me use Leburo Olawale's portfolio. Okay, so let me see Leburo Olawale's portfolio. You can, of course, you can interact with all of this. This is Leburo Olawale here. Now you can see her portfolio. See the amazing projects that she has been able to work with. Okay, you can see amazing projects. This is Tableau reports. Okay, you can see Power BI reports. All of these are amazing reports. So no recruiter is interested in, oh, show me your certificates. No. All right. Now you will be able to see the case of Ellen Okai. Okay, she was a biology student. Of course, she graduated as a biologist, right? And now she is doing very well. She's doing very well. All right. You can check her on LinkedIn. Ellen Okai is her name. Okay. You can check her on LinkedIn, basically. Okay. She's doing very well. Right. So it's not about your certificate. Of course, you're going to get the certificate, but it's not about your certificate. It's about what you have to offer. Show your working. So Leburo Olawale has been able to show our workings now. All right. If you are a recruiter, will you consider Leburo Olawale as, as one of the go-to person for your data analytics role, okay, that you have opened in your organization? Of course, that is it. So that is it. I hope I've been able to answer your question. So guys, take good advantage of this. All right. And I think at this point I will be dropping the mic. So guys, it's an amazing journey with you guys. So make sure you fill the form if you have not, and you are good to go. You get the recording, all right. Then you also have access to this material. So cheers, guys. I hope to see you in class. So I think I have a question here. I'm just going to take that question. All right, completely different from this program. I tried opening a LinkedIn account. It keeps telling me invalid captcha code. All right, so what do you do? So what you need to do is different, okay? It's simple, right? So you can just reach out. All right, you can reach out. So you can reach out, all right, and of course you can attend one of our clarity section. Then the answer will be provided. Okay, the answer will be provided. It could be the device you are using, all right. It could be this, it could be that, all right. So that is it, Bobo. That is it, Bobo. Okay, so that is it, guys. So cheers, guys. Do have a wonderful night.